Hey YouTube, it's Ashley Nicole, and I'm here in Pattaya, Thailand. And I just want to take a moment to explain or let you know how blacks are in Thailand. And before we came to Thailand, we went on YouTube to see other people's stories, and come to find out it's not a lot of stories about black people in Thailand, because we want to know, how they treat us, how they view us, are we going to be okay, where to stay away from. So I just wanted to provide that for you. So my experience so far, I've been here for a little bit over 30 days, and it's actually been very lovely. I haven't had any disrespectful things happen. I do get a lot of stares, like the stares are very long, or I get a lot of stares just in curiosity, but not disrespect. I get a lot of women that say, "Oh, you're so beautiful, sexy, sexy." I hear that all the time from women versus men. I only heard it twice since I've been hearing from them. But I'm pretty sure they're thinking it because they look like they're trying to say something, but they probably scared because babe right there. But yeah, other than that, it really has been a really great experience. I haven't had anything drastic happen. A lot of people just look at the way that I dress. They mention my hair. They love my hair. They're like, oh, they try to feel on it, see how heavy it is, or they have questions about who did it, things like that. How they kind of view us, well, a lot of them haven't seen us in person or real life, so they really don't know how to take us in. However, they just have a perspective of us or a stereotype of us based off of TV or what media said. So it's kind of poor, or we're entertainers, like how they show rappers or whatever. If you're more upkept and fashionable, they kind of think that you're like an entertainer or someone on TV and that you're from New York, or they think that you're poor or domestic or whatever because of how we're shown on TV. So when they see me walk around, I don't really look worried or poor. So they kind of shift their perspective, which I think is great to bring awareness that not all of us are like that. And they pretty much I think they always talk about my skin. I know that Tracy will talk about how my skin is always glowing, so maybe that says something too. But I think it's really just the energy. If you're really in tune with yourself and your energy, because they do a lot of energy building and meditating, I feel like you'll be awesome here because they just connect so easily. So it's not even about how you look, it's about the connection and energy that you have. So just make sure that you're aligned with yourself and that you're also open to it if you are coming here to visit. But everything's pretty, I really enjoy. They have 7-Elevens out here, nobody said it in their videos. They have 7-Elevens on every corner. It's 2 of them on every street. If you're out here, Big C is a big thing where it's kind of like a grocery store. It's where we found all of our groceries and where we're staying at is near the Big C. What else? The food out here is great. So now sometimes when you travel, people will try to up the charge because they know that you're foreigners or whatever. So the taxis may say 400 baht, 300 baht, which is not a lot of money in USD, but they're overcharging for it because it should be 200 or 150, but because we're not from here, they try to make their come up. So there's a lot of people that do try to make a little come up, but you can always negotiate down. The worst they can say is no, and then you can go down the street and find another taxi that probably will say yes. So that's not really a big issue, but it does happen. Those tuk-tuks, whew, them tuk-tuks. I took it one time, probably won't take it again. It was so crazy. They was just in and out, oh, it's crazy. But I did a motorbike, so they have the transportation out here. I would not recommend to rent a car and drive. Do not rent a car and drive. The traffic here is bananas. It's so crazy. It's so congested. They drive on the opposite side of the streets, and they don't have that strict of a traffic law. So people will drive on the wrong side of the street just to get across faster. Then you have the motorbikes. It's 50 of them on the street. They have everybody's bus. It's just so congested and it's so crazy. I would not suggest driving, but if you need to rent a motorbike, I definitely recommend that. Maybe it's like a scooter. You don't have to have a driver's license for it. You can rent it for a day, week, however long you want it. But if not, there's other people that have their motorbikes out that you can take a ride with. It's 50 or 60 baht each and to and fro. So you have that. The food here is amazing. I won't lie, the first week I didn't eat anything. I was so sick from the motion sickness that I had on the plane. Then I had motion sickness from where I stayed because it was all the way on the top and it was moving like this. So I was just so sick. So the first week I didn't touch any food. And then when I did touch something, I had the fruit, and it was so potent for my body that I ended up sick again. So it took me like a week and a half to actually eat something, but the Thai food here is amazing. I haven't had nothing nasty yet, y'all. Like, it's so good, it's so flavorful, it's so fresh. Like, it makes you kind of mad at the United States, the fact that they didn't, you know, they don't offer the freshness that Thailand or other countries would have. What's another thing? I know people was talking about like formalities here, or having to learn a language. Like, we haven't really learned the language, but we know like a little bit of the greetings. So we do take the time to learn that, but we haven't been able to get around with only being able to speak English. And it hasn't been really, really hard. Some people just like, what? We don't know. But other than that, they pretty much know. I think the only word that we use is sawadika, and that means like hello or greetings, or like good morning or evening, depending on what time frame it is. If you're a girl, you just gotta say ka at the end of everything. If you're a guy, you gotta say clap or something like that at the end of everything. Getting around, remember, you know, good. Either just find English-speaking people, or say certain landmarks that they may know to get around. If you're trying to order food, that gets a little hard, especially through the Uber Eats app, because they would never find you. The addresses out here are crazy. Nobody finds the address, so you gotta give like near about or street names. Like, you can't give the address because nobody really knows. And then the delivery, yeah, you might as well just cut that out. That is not gonna work. And then what else? What else got to talk about? It's been a lot of experiences that we had. We haven't got any, even when we went to like expensive restaurants or whatever, they didn't look at us weird or whatever. They actually, I think they were expecting us to eat at expensive restaurants just because, you know, we are foreigners and we still have more money. So I think they were already expecting us to be in an expensive restaurant. However, like, because we look like that, when we walk down the street, we're just trying to walk down the street, y'all, right? Just walk. They're like, you want a taxi? Taxi? Just because we look like we're supposed to be in somebody's car. So that, but other than that, like, there hasn't been any problems at all. People have come up to us, taken pictures with us, touched my hair. Like, people have been, you know, curious. Now, if you're someone who don't like, you know, people to be curious or to look at you, you may have a little bit of a problem here. But for me, it doesn't really bother me, because I'd rather them be curious and to ask me questions than to them walk around and have a perspective on our people, and it's not right, you know. And then some of them, I think, look at us as like hope at the same time, especially because we're a young couple and we're Black Americans as well. I think this gives them hope that the world can be a better place. You know, that peace will happen all around, because you don't really see a lot of young, I haven't seen any young couples like that. Oh, actually, no, I saw two that were like on a motorbike, and they were young, but I don't know if they were married. But yeah, like, it's just, I really haven't had any problems here, and I really love it here. The weather here is like great. Like, it's been 90s like the whole time we've been here, and then this week only it's been like in the late 70s, like 77, 76, 77, 78, and then one night it was like 60 something. Won't it? Like 67? Like one night it was 67 degrees one night, so it was like really cold. It was the coldest it's ever been since I've been here. So that was really nice, and then it feels good. Like right now it feels so good. We're on the beach, like you can see, and it just feels good out here. The air is like really, like in some areas, like in Bangkok, like if you come to Bangkok, it is so busy. I don't know why people say if you are a traveler, you're trying to visit Thailand for the first time, go to Bangkok. They should not tell you that, because if you're not someone who in the city, like we have a city life, like if you're from New York, if you're from Atlanta, Philly, like you know how the city is, so you will adapt, okay. But if you're not somewhere that's busy, like Bangkok is so busy. Like I'm telling you, even me, I'm a city girl. I wasn't leaving out the house until it was nighttime, until it was less people outside, just because it was so much traffic. So it was like in between the cars, motorbikes, people, it was crazy. So that's the only thing that I could think of, was that Bangkok was a little crazy, but that's it. So I'm just honored that they even like take the time, that some Thai women take the time to just say that I'm beautiful too, because I know that they pride themselves so much on looking more like pale skin. You know, they believe that that's like the best way to make more money, because they feel like that's, you know, to look more white is to get more money. And that's also what they show them on TV. Guys, they have so many. If you go to the store out here, you need some lotion, let me tell you. If you need some lotion and you my complexion, just read the labels, honey. We found one lotion that did not have whitening cream. One. So make sure you come prepared, or if you want to get some lotion, they definitely got some the Vaseline brand kind. They do have like everything normal that we have in US, like toothpaste and mouthwash. They have all that. The only thing that's different is the freshness of the food, and then there's no like preservative stuff in the food, so you taste just pure right food. Like it's hard to explain, but it's just really good. We've been able to work out here on the internet. Internet's been really great. I know a lot of people talk about the internet. The internet has been good. Haven't had any problems with any internet so far, so that's pretty awesome. But one thing I can say is that out here in Thailand, their plumbing kind of sucks. So in certain areas, you may smell like sewage, or even in your bathroom, wherever you may be staying, it smells like sewage, and you know, that's just the smell. And then the toilets have like this little sprinkler thing next to them. And at first I didn't know what a sprinkler thing was, so we thought it was for, you know, cleaning the toilet and everything. But we came to find out that's like a mini colonics for to clean your anus. Sounds weird saying that. So yeah. But I mean, that's been like really good. Like we've been seeing, we saw a few other melanated people, but I don't think we've seen any Black Americans as of yet. We've seen some Black Russians. We've seen some Africans. We've seen one African family. I've seen 2 Black Russians, and that's it. I haven't seen. Oh, and we saw 2, and I saw 2 other Black men who also looked like they may have been from. One from Jamaica, I think, because he had a Jamaican shirt on, and I think the other one, he was from Russia too. So it's 3. But I haven't seen another. Oh, I did see a Black African girl, 2 girls together, but that's it. I haven't seen any Black Americans at all, besides us. What else? Oh yeah, finding places to stay. So for our first week, we booked on Airbnb. We just went on there, and they have some really affordable ones. They do have hotels out here that are affordable, but to me, you just get more of a private space because you get like a condo. You get to really experience how Thai people live, which are more like minimalist. So I think that the Airbnb really helps. Outside of Airbnb, we ended up meeting, so we had a mutual friend of a guy who lives here in Thailand with his wife, and so he retired here, and he's like, oh, you should meet up with me. We have a bar not far from where you guys are at. So we met with him, and we ended up meeting up with him. He introduced us to a lot of other Black Thai people, and we ended up having a party. When we got there, well, not got there, but through that guy, we met another guy who introduced us and told us that he had a place at the place that we're staying at. And so we're like, oh, okay, that's good. We're looking for somewhere to go since our week was up off of the Airbnb. So we ended up finding a condo where we rented out for the month for 16,000 baht, which is about like $480 USD. So for a whole month, we had our own private condo in a major area that we wanted to stay at. So we're like, oh, that's definitely feasible for the whole month. Like, that's great. So I would just recommend you guys to just go on Airbnb, and then just Airbnb for like a month or 2. Not a month or 2, a week or 2. And then after the week or 2, like while you're here doing a week or 2, like try to mingle or socialize or look at signs, because there's a lot of signs out there that say like, oh, you can stay here for this amount, or they have a lot of hostels, or they have a lot of villas you can rent out. Like they have a lot lot of things you can rent out. So during those first 2 weeks, like just be on the lookout for signs and try to network with people so you can try to find a better deal. Some of the, well, a lot of the condos that sell condos, they have a lot of owners that are out the country, so they're willing to rent it out to you, you know, while they're gone for a cheaper or affordable price to us, probably. But yeah. So other than that, like that's the only thing really. I really enjoyed it. I love it here. Like the weather is great. Like it's just so awesome. I really like it here. And I'm glad I came with Dave. Like I would definitely recommend to come with somebody, because if you're a woman, you definitely want to come with somebody, okay? Woo-wee. If you are a woman and you trying to come here by yourself, come with a man, because they will snatch your ass up. If you a man, and I would say you could come here by yourself, but let me tell you, men, if you a man and you watching, they got, you know, massage. So you know how we have massage parlors out there. So they got massage parlors out here too. But it's like 10 of them on every block, and they all give special endings for like 500 baht. Now 500 baht is like, how much is that? Like $17? How much is 500 baht?
500 baht, you can bring home.
Yeah, so basically for 500 baht, you can bring them home. But 500 baht in USD, I forgot how much it is, but for every $1, it's like $20. But how it works is every $1 USD dollar is almost $32.50 or $33 to them. So break that down. But yeah, 500 baht, you can bring them home. They will sleep with you for the night, make you breakfast, and do it again in the morning. And ladies, if you try to make a come up and you into that life and you trying to make some money out here and you like, you know, doing that, you can definitely make a come up. Not for no $20, but them boxes be adding up. And especially if you're exotic, you can be charging up. You can be like, oh, I want 1,500 baht. And I bet you they'll pay that shit because you are exclusive. You know what I'm saying? So if you down, then you down. I ain't hating the hustle. I was letting y'all know what it is out here in the streets. Then they got soapy massages, y'all, where they wash you, yo. First, you go in. I didn't go. Disclaimer. Disclaimer. We didn't go to the soapy massages, but one of the guys that we know, he went, so he told us the story, okay? So he said when he got to the soapy massage place, it was a lineup of different women in different costumes, and he chose which one that he wanted to spend the day with. So after you choose them, they go to a bar or whatever and have a drink. After they have a drink, they go back to the soapy massage place and they bathe him. Okay, the girl bathes him, wash him down. After she washed him down, she take him to the room and they do whatever their heart desires, right? And he said he paid 500 baht. He said it was 500 baht too.
I don't remember how much it was, but that was
But that's what it was, a soapy massage. Now you can go to them and say, oh, I want an oil massage, you know, even if you want a regular massage. And they ain't specific to gender, honey. So if you're a girl, you ain't protected. You have a happy ending too with a lady. She don't mind. She'll be feeling on that butt. They tried me on that first one because she touched me on my butt. She was like, she rubbed it. She was like, ooh. She was so happy that, because they don't got no butts out here, you know, a little bit. They ain't never see all that. So she was like, what? Got a little. She was like, ooh. Oh. I'm like, what? What's those noises mean? But yeah, so it was still fun though, I ain't gonna lie. It was still fun, and we ain't had no happy endings. That's what we got each other for. We give each other happy endings. But that's it though. That was the only experience. But it's a lot of massage places though. It's a lot of retired people here, because you know a lot of people retire here. They have a retired visa, which makes it easy for them to stay a little bit longer. If you're someone who's like visiting, you do not need a visa when you first get here. You can stay up to 30 days without no visa. So what we did was we stayed up here for 30 days, and then we got a visa before the 30 days ended to stay an additional 30 days. And then you can get a free extension if you want to. So if we want to, we can, not free extension, but we can extend it. So if we want to, we can extend it for another 30 days. And then also, if you don't want to pay for no visa, what I would suggest is stay here for like 29 days and like go somewhere else for like a day or two, and then come back and then restart your 30-day clock. Then I gotta pay for no visa. So yeah, it's another cheapskate. What else? The food. So they don't have no ovens. They don't have any ovens, y'all. I couldn't make no mac and cheese in the oven. No baked cookies, y'all. No baked potatoes. Huh? Yeah, you gotta either have more money or a bigger house, or you gotta have it outside. Like, you gotta do one of your DIY ovens. You gotta fucking do it yourself. You gotta get the twigs. You gotta get the leaves. You gotta light them on fire. Move it around so you can have an oven, and then put your pot on top. That's the way they do it out here. So yeah. But what else? It's been good though. I think that's the only negative thing really. The water. So the water that I suggest drinking is called mineral, something like that. It's like the best water ever. It's like alkaline water. I drink alkaline water, so it's really good. So yeah. I think that's everything, all my experiences. Try to wrap it up all in one. Oh, and then no, I think that's everything. Oh babe, you look cute.